Hello. In today's lecture we'll start new chapter, third chapter, rotation and revolution. Rotation and revolution. Today's lecture will try to limit to discussion of rotation. So in rotation we'll be discussing its direction of rotation. Then we'll be discussing speed of rotation and its effects Then we'll be discussing effects of rotation and in this we'll discuss two kinds of forces as well. They are Coriolis force and centrifugal force. When we look up in the sky, we see celestial bodies such as we see sun, moon, stars moving around us. Whenever we look up in the sky, we see these bodies moving around us. So it seems that we are stationary, that is, Earth seems to be stationary. And these bodies, they appear to be moving around us. They appear to be moving in the sky. We are not able to realize that Earth is rotating. In truth, it is as well moving. The Earth is moving, it is rotating. We are not able to realize this truth. The reason that we are not able to sense the Earth rotation, its motion, is that we are as well moving with the same speed as the Earth is moving. So we are as well moving with the same speed as that of the Earth. And that's why we do not feel the motion of the Earth. Here we can take the example of train. For example, you are traveling in a train and you close your eyes. You feel that train is not moving. Because you and as well train are moving with the same speed. So it seems that your train is stationary. But when you see outside the window, you see that trees, they are moving backward. This is because of relativity. Because your train is moving forward, so it seems that trees are moving backward. So you consider train as stationary, then it seems that trees are moving backward. Similarly, here we consider the sun, moons, they are moving, but Earth seems stationary. But in truth, Earth as well rotates. It is as well in motion. So for example, you are on Earth and here we have the sun. So in morning it appears that sun rises in the east, then during the midday it appears to be overhead, and then in evening it appears to be setting in west. So we are on Earth and it seems that sun is moving around us. So it is because of the relative motion of Earth and sun. We are considering Earth as stationary, so it seems that sun is moving around us. But in truth, sun is stationary. Our Earth is moving around the sun. It is rotating on its own axis. Because of its motion, because of its rotation on its own axis, it appears that sun is moving. It appears that sun is rising in the morning and appears to set in the evening in west. You can as well see in this diagram, we have the Earth. This is the axis of the Earth, North Pole, South Pole, and this is the equator. 23.5 degree, Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle 66.5 degree north. Similarly, in southern hemisphere we have Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. Now, as the Earth rotates, so Earth is rotating from west to east. So here is the sun, the rays falls on half surface of the earth. It divides the earth into two halves. It divides the earth into two halves. And this circle, the half will be observing day, half will be observing night. So half part of the earth will observe day, half part of the earth will observe night. Now this line, the demarcation between day and night, this line divides the day and night. This line circles the earth and it is called as circle of illumination. Circle of illumination clearly shows the demarcation between the phenomena of day and night. Now consider, for example, this is the sun. Consider this ball as sun and this ball as our earth. So here is the axis of the earth. It is passing from the poles, north pole and south pole. This axis is as well called as polar axis since it is passing from the poles. Now as it is tilted with 23.5 degree, this is our earth. Now since it is rotating on its own axis this way, it appears that someone on the earth, it will appear that sun is moving. So for example, it's like this, for someone is here. For example, it's 6 a.m. So someone will be here and it appears that sun is rising in the east. After some time, after 6 hours, it will be 12 noon, and for that person, it will appear that sun is overhead. Now in the evening, that person will be on that side, and at 6 p.m. it will appear that sun is about to set, and at this position it will be midnight. So due to rotation of the earth, it seems that sun is moving around the earth. Sun is moving around the earth. Now how the earth is rotating? It is rotating from west to east. So this is a west, this is east. For consider this is a person, west will be this side, east will be this side. So earth is moving from west to east. Earth is rotating on its axis from west to east. This is the direction of rotation of earth. Circle of illumination shows clearly the demarcation of phenomena of day and night. It divides the day and night. It divides the earth into two halves. One side of the circle we have the day, other side of the circle we have the night. So this circle is called as circle of illumination. We have discussed that earth rotates on its own axis and it rotates from west to east. This is the direction of the earth, and it takes around 24 hours to complete one rotation. So movement of earth to complete one rotation, it takes 24 hours. Because of the rotation of the earth, the half part of the earth will have day, other part will have night. Now after 12 hours they will get altered. Now we will be discussing period of rotation. Period of rotation. Period of rotation means time required by the earth, time taken by the earth or required by the earth, taken by the earth to turn by 360 degree, to turn through 360 degree. So to complete one rotation, if this is the point here, after how much time it comes back to the same position, after how much time that same point comes to the same position. So time taken by the earth to turn by 360 degree, that time period is called as, that time taken is called as period of the rotation, and it is 23 hours 56 minutes 4.09 seconds. We roughly say it around 24 hours. And this period is termed as one sidereal day. Sidereal day. 24 hours a day we name, and it is called as sidereal day. Now effects of speed of rotation. Because of the earth rotation, we have alternate days and night. For example, this side is facing, so this half part of the earth, that will have the day, and the other half that is not, that is opposite to the sun, that will be having the night. Now after 12 hours, here we have the day and here we will have the night. We have alternate days and night, and this is because of the earth rotation. Now if the earth rotates faster, this alternation will be faster. If earth rotates slow, this alternation will be slow. This rotation of the earth makes the alternation of day and night, and length of the day and night may vary depending on the speed of rotation. If speed is more, the variation will be faster, that is day and night will alter faster. If the speed is slow, the alteration will be slow. Now as the earth rotates, due to this few forces are generated. There are few forces acting at any point on the earth's surface. We will be discussing Coriolis force and centrifugal force. These two forces we will be discussing. Other forces that may appear on the earth are the gravitational force or the centripetal force. We will be limiting our discussion to Coriolis force and centrifugal force. Now first I will start with Coriolis force. Coriolis force. So it is defined as a phenomena that causes fluids like water and air, to curve as they travel across or above the earth's surface. So phenomena that causes fluids like water and air to curve as they travel across or above the earth's surface. We'll be back to the definition after few minutes. Now we'll be discussing Coriolis force. So let's discuss Coriolis force. So here is the basic idea. Earth is constantly spinning around its axis from west to east. This is spinning from west to east. But because Earth is a sphere, it is wider in the middle, that is at the equator. Points on the equator are actually spinning faster. So the points lying on the equator, they are spinning faster on the axis than the points near the pole. So as we move away from the equator, the spinning speed decreases. Consider, for example, this is one point here. After some time it reaches here. So this is the distance covered, and in the same time, if we go straight here towards the North Pole here, this point will cover less distance in the same time. So here more distance is traveled, here less distance is traveled in the same amount of time. So see here, this point is here, for example, after some time it will be here, so it will be here. So this distance covered is more as compared to this distance in the same time. Or we can say the spinning speed of the points on the equator is more as compared to the points as we move towards the pole. So spinning speed decreases. The spinning speed decreases. Now, for example, this is our Earth. Equator 0 degree. This is our North Pole. So for example, you have airplane here. You are throwing an airplane straight towards the north. You are throwing it straight towards the North Pole, directly towards northward. Now you might think that it may land somewhere here. It may land somewhere here. But your location is spinning around Earth axis faster. Around the Earth axis, your location is spinning faster as compared to this location, because your location is near the equator and this location is far from the equator. As we move from equator towards the north pole, the spinning speed decreases. As your location is spinning faster, the airplane is spinning faster as compared to this location. And when we throw the airplane, the spinning momentum of the airplane is conserved. So if we throw the airplane straight north, towards the north, it would land somewhere here. It would land somewhere here. When you are throwing an airplane from the location near the equator and straight towards north, it will land somewhere here. It will get deflected towards right. This is because its spinning momentum is conserved, so it will move more faster as compared to this location. So it will land here. Therefore, it is being said that Coriolis force is acting on this airplane, and which makes the body to deflect towards right, towards the right of it. If a body moves northwards, it will be deflected towards right. It will get deflected towards its right. If this is the position of the body, it is moving towards equator. It will be getting deflected towards it right, that is this direction. And in southern hemisphere, if this is the body, it will get, and in this direction we have thrown it, it will get deflected towards its left. It will get deflected towards its left. So in northern hemisphere, as the body moves, it gets deflected towards its right. In southern hemisphere, as the body moves, it gets deflected towards its left. And this is because of Coriolis force. And this effect is called as Coriolis effect. And this happens with water and air. So if this is the air flowing towards equator, it will get deflected towards its right. So they get deflected towards right. In southern hemisphere, if this is the air flowing towards right, they will get deflected towards their left. And this happens because of Coriolis effect. And Coriolis effect takes place because of spinning of the earth. Because of rotation of the earth, that's why Coriolis effect came into existence. Now we can discuss the cyclones. So for example, this is a low pressure developed and air tries to rush towards the center. Now as it is in northern hemisphere, the air will deflect towards its right. So it will deflect in this direction. This will deflect in this direction. It will deflect in this direction. So you can see it's a anti-clockwise. It swirls in anti-clockwise. So in northern hemisphere, we have cyclones, they are anti-clockwise. In southern hemisphere, for example, this is the low pressure developed at the center, and this is the air rushing towards the center. Now in southern hemisphere, it deflects towards left. So it will deflect towards left. So you can see it is clockwise. So in southern hemisphere, the cyclones are clockwise.